Okay, this is insane, and all South Africans need to be warned about this. Russia are allegedly luring young South African women into a trafficking ring or labor camps, very similar to the story I reported on the other day where many South Africans were actually rescued from a labor camp in Southeast Asia. So in this case, it's believed that Russia are advertising job opportunities to local women between the ages of 18 to 22, promising them good jobs and work-study programs. However, it's believed that when they arrive, these women are used as labor in factories used to assemble drones for the war against Ukraine without being warned about it beforehand. And it gets even crazier because reportedly these women are used in these plants against their will. They face various labor law violations, they are given lower wages than promised, and they have difficulties leaving the factories or talking to outsiders while under surveillance. And not only that, but now our government have warned that these recruitment agencies are using South African influencers to advertise these so-called work opportunities. And they have said an investigation is underway along with various other international groups. But this is terrifying because these recruitment agencies are targeting young, desperate individuals who just...
I am in Russia, the Republic of Tatarstan. Very excited to be here. This is where the START program takes place. Apparently girls are treated fairly here. Africans, Asians, Latin Americans, they're given housing, jobs, and on top of that, they are taught how to speak Russian. Yep. So this is a fresh new start, basically. I will be watching, listening, I'll be sharing every single thing with you guys. I need you to stay tuned and enjoy.
START program, an initiative focused on supporting young women who want to gain a profession and start their careers. The program lasts 2 years. During this time, participants go from beginners to qualified specialists. Every 6 months brings a promotion, a salary increase, and new professional skills. But the most important growth isn't just in the job itself. Participants also learn how to communicate, solve problems, and work in an international team. By the way, to help with adaptation, the program includes Russian language lessons. It makes it easier to adjust to the new environment, and honestly, I think that's a huge plus.
Meet the headquarters for the C's staff. The building does look like a pyramid, but it's not just us actually. The START program participants actually live in here. So let's check it out.
Young women arriving to work under the program stay here. Inside, there's everything needed for daily life. Beds, wardrobes, kitchen appliances, shower, laundry. It's simple, but functional. What's interesting is that people from all over the world live in the pyramid. So the atmosphere is truly international. Conversations, languages, new friendships, it happens right inside the residence. So if you're already in the START program or just planning to join, the pyramid could be your very first home in Russia.
So, as it turns out, the participants that are in the program are guaranteed housing. So let's check that out.
Currently, program participants are staying in the South Park residential complex. It includes 11 5-story buildings designed to house around 4,200 people. The apartments are already furnished and equipped with all essential appliances. The courtyards have sports areas and a small park. The conditions are acceptable and everything needed for daily life is provided.
I'm sure you guys are seeing what's going on with the Alabuga START program. I'm going to be telling you guys my personal experience, especially that I'm in Russia. I saw that they were actually calling South African influencers to make the videos for them, like the promo videos. Okay, fine. I'm going to be posting screenshots actually so that you guys don't say I'm lying. As someone who wanted to build her own brand, my YouTube channel or my TikTok or whatever, we DM'd the Alabuga START program. That's me and my boyfriend. Because me and him are YouTubers, but TikTok or influencers or mini influencers. We actually emailed them first, sending them the analytics, everything, like sending everything that they might need. And then we DM them on Twitter, we DM them on almost all the social media platforms that they have. Alabuga START program, they replied us, right, on WhatsApp. We talked on WhatsApp because they told us to go and send the information, like the proposal on WhatsApp. We did that. So we messaged them on a Monday and they asked, is Wednesday convenient? 2 p.m. Moscow time. Fine. We said, yes, it is. Okay, the first red flag. Hey, guys, the first red flag that I picked is that they didn't show up for the meeting. Why? Why didn't you show up for the meeting? After you said we should schedule a meeting, it does not make sense. That was the first red flag. Fine, we left it. And then I'm seeing why are there more influencers getting paid? Bosi Amtanda, Bosi Buji just recently went to Alabuga. So I'm in Russia. I was just like, okay, if you can pay influencers from South Africa, then the fact that I'm in Russia, it could be cheaper. So like, why don't you invest? And then I saw there's something that is off about this START program, whatever. I don't know. Why you're not calling the people in Russia? Especially that the fact that my boyfriend actually knows Russian, like 100%. He knows Russian. So maybe I'm starting to feel like, didn't you want us to go there because we know Russian or why? Why? Or is it because we're small? What? It can't be that reason. Trust me, it won't be that reason. Because if you are in a business, if you want to do business, and there's someone in Russia and there's someone out there, if you're going to spend less money in someone who's in the country, I mean, might as well just do it. Anyways, apart from that, my boyfriend did raise a point. He was like, but why are they saying women of 18 to 22 years old? And I was like, I don't know, man. But like recently, I saw on Siam Sanda's vlog, she did talk about this. The lady in the background, she said it's because young women pay attention to detail. Make it make sense to me, because me personally, I'm always getting shouted for not paying attention to detail, basically lacking situational awareness. So it doesn't really make sense. And also, I just personally feel like girls who are 18 to 22 years are just figuring out their life. They're getting into uni. They're not looking for a job. So like, Alabuga Start program, please answer our questions, because it's not make sure. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying this now because I wanted them to work with me. Nah. I'm only saying it now because now everything is making sense. I'm connecting all the dots, so everything's now making sense. So, yeah.
Influencers are being taken to Russia to record these videos. All at what expense exactly? Okay, before I give you more information, I'm just going to start by saying I'm giving all of them the benefit of the doubt currently, nah? I just hope they are not familiar with the information I'm about to give you, because if they are, then come on. Someone needs to be held accountable. Anyways, okay, so let's begin. So there's this Alabuga Start program that is being advertised everywhere, especially in the global south, everywhere. So they promise stuff like 100% fully funded vocational training program, but the thing is they never tell you exactly what they're training you for in all these videos. The one thing they all have in common is that they want 18 to 22-year-old young females, right? And then they always have these program benefits, and then they never tell you what are you training for. They'll always tell you professional training. What exactly are you training for? Nobody will tell you. In all these videos, I watched all these videos. They are just so well recorded. You can see, okay, now this is an advertisement meant to deceive people in some way or another. I just didn't find it until I found that article. Okay, now let's go into the technical reason. Why exactly is Russia looking for so many, or why are they spending so much in advertisements of all these start programs? So labor shortages are repeatedly reported from war-torn Russia, right? At the same time, migrant workers from the global south, like I said, are apparently becoming more of a focus for recruiters. So according to figures from an official Russian government database, more than 111,000 African workers have arrived in Russia in 2024 alone. And by the way, this article was last year's article. So this has been going on since last year. And these are some of the countries that have been heavily targeted. Nigeria, Burkina Faso, of course, Central African Republic, and Gambia, and of course South Africa. So one of the parents in Zimbabwe, right, said that her daughter wanted to further her technical education, blah blah. The story goes on, right? She has not received the $1,500 she was promised, because they offered these $700 to $750 to $850 lies. The reports are these women are actually being exploited, right? Like they're being forced to make war drones. So someone actually called out Cyan, right? And then she blocked her, and then all of a sudden those videos disappeared, literally. That's why I'm saying I'm giving them the benefit of the doubt. They probably did not look into what exactly is going on, because this thing is being done throughout Africa. Let me just say the global south again. And what is alarming is the amount of young ladies that are applying for these things. I'm telling you, it can't be less than 10,000 applications. So these people are actually, succeeding in whatever they're doing.
That program, yes, was human trafficking. And it's not the first time that your face started promoting human trafficking. You guys need to stop being shocked. It's not the first time. Human traffickers are now working with your favorite influencers. Yes. Now, guys, I was approached by a club here in Zans, and I was like, hi guys, I don't promote club events. Me, I promote gospel events, right? So I said, no, milesing it. Kanti, that club went and approached an influencer, and I get profits on brand for them. They always get booked to this club. I saw 2 different story times days later from girls talking about they attended an event in this club and they warned girls, guys, this club is a hotspot for human trafficking. Do you think influencers stop working with that club because it's a hotspot for human trafficking? No, they continue, because why? Gig. Whether their followers are going to be human trafficked if they go to that club, they couldn't care. And these true story times, those girls survived being human trafficked because they went there as a group. What if a girl went to that club alone? What if a girl was spiked and she went there alone, get human trafficking? So all I want to say is your faves are aware that that program was human trafficking. Because why? They are so used to working with human traffickers from Zanzi. They are so used to working with human traffickers here in South Africa. So you guys need to stop being shocked. But you guys need to start realizing and stop being too trusting. Because the person you're trusting will be the reason why when human trafficking you're vocal in your